guys, it's Proud Cat Lover, and today I'm going to be updating you on the baby crested geckos. So we have Ash in this one, and Pecan is in here. So I have some new decorations, as you can see. So I took one of Pangea's 6-foot vines that they have, that I ordered from their website, and I haven't opened these, so what I thought was so cool, like I haven't opened the package, is they actually changed the material of the vines, which was super awesome. So instead of being plastic like they used to be, or real rough silk, they're really soft now. Which obviously you can't feel the texture, but it's really soft and smooth, which is a lot different than what they used to be. So the first reason I was reluctant to buy it in the first place, now I don't know if it's just specifically this certain one, which is a coleus. Because I used to have a different one that I had got in the past and I did not like it at all. But I definitely really like this one. So what I did was I took some scissors and I went along these ridges, which, let me see, you can kind of see that ridge right there. I went along the ridges and I cut and I kind of like wiggled the scissors because as the metal bends a lot, it'll break. And I made small, like 10-inch pieces. And I made 2 10-inch pieces for each one. And then I bent one this direction and then the one on the bottom goes the opposite way so that they don't bunch up too much in one area. Now this one kind of has as it's settled, but they really like having this dense, thick area compared to that old plant that they used to have, which I ended up throwing in the trash because it got this weird smell to it, and it was nasty. So I was tired of their tanks smelling so disgusting. Like I cleaned it recently, both their tanks, because I thought that maybe it was just because one of them had pooped. And that's why the tank was smelling, and the other one hadn't had a stinky tank, it was only Ash. And so I went to smell the plant, and the plant was stinking really bad, but the tank itself wasn't, so I just tossed both the plants and did this. So I just used hot glue like usual to cover the metal that I had exposed by cutting them. I just took 2 suction cups per one and used some pliers to bend them over so that the sharp parts wouldn't be sticking up. He looks so pretty when he's fired up. Pecan's always been the fatter one, so once I picked him up, I realized this was Pecan. So they're kind of hard sometimes to tell apart. Ash has a lot more dashing, pin dashing on his back. And what I mean by that is you see these white little scales that are sticking up off of his back there. That's what we call pin dashing, because it's not a full pinstripe. And it's not like a high percentage, so it's just called dashing. So, but he is really pretty and fired up tonight. I'm going to sit him down over here. They're going to get to eat. He's my little cutie. So adorable. Yes. Oh my goodness. So apparently, like I just discovered, Ash is in the bottom of his tank. So I'm going to pause this for a second and get him out. Okay guys, so here's Ash. And you can see he's all fired up. You can see the reason that I want to keep him. Like, he's definitely going to be a tricolor like his mom because you can see all of the pattern here. The white and everything that's going to develop, but even if he were for some reason not to be a tricolor, just look at all the pattern that's going to be developing there. Look at all the orange that's even like kind of real tinted and stuff. Not tinted, but real light. Like, he's going to be so pretty. I mean, obviously so is Pecan, but they're both so cute when they're fired up. They just have so much pattern. But you can see what I mean with the dashing. See how he has a lot more of the pinning versus his sibling here, who is starting to fire down already. What's crazy is see how his head is real pale now that he's firing down and how it was like this when he's fired up. What's crazy is Ash's head will look like this almost all the time. And as you can see, his head will become really pale. And it's only when he's fired down that you actually get to see this really pale head. Because all the rest of the time it looks like Ash's head. So it's real interesting how he just fires down a real light color, which he's getting there, but he's not there yet. But he's definitely got his dad's patterns, because how they come up from the bottom, that's what Magma's does. And you can see those oil spots that are developing there, those little black spots that are on the back and on his side right there, so... But I'm going to see if they'll eat for you guys on camera, because I haven't fed them in a while, in a video anyway. Obviously they get fed every night. So I use a little stir straw for coffee, and I dab a little bit on their nose. No, hey. You don't need to be jumping around. Come over here. He thinks because he sees the camera he needs to jump on it. But you definitely, I've learned why people say not to keep siblings together once they have hatched. Because when Ash was jumping on Pecan the other day, Pecan turned around and tried to bite him on the face. And that was just because Ash had jumped onto his back. And that was the first time I'd ever seen like the babies show aggression towards each other. And so, just because, you know, Pecan was annoyed that Ash had jumped on him. So, I definitely can see how some people have babies that lose their tails. Because where either I've heard of them being, like, their tails being mistaked for bugs. Or, oh, now they're just kind of walking away. I want to try to feed them, but they keep wanting to jump. Especially Pecan. I had to pause it so I could actually dab some on his face so you guys could see him eating. And here's Ash is doing the same thing. He's on my fingers. Or he was, anyway. Because it's hard for me to be able to feed them. Oh, he's going to jump over here. It's hard for me to be able to feed them with only one hand because they like to sit on my hand while I'm feeding them, so... But I'm going to go ahead and end this just because I noticed it's really long, and I'm pretty much going to have no luck trying to feed them. So hopefully whenever I can get a GoPro, then I'd be able to actually attach it to like my head or something with those headbands they have for them. And then you guys would be able to see easily, and I would be able to use both my hands. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting a GoPro, just because it's going to make my life so much easier with most of these videos that I do. Oh my goodness, so I look forward to that. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.